Hey guys, so today I figure I may as well do something nice and simple for once and just basically voice out my entire opinion on this brand new Nelliel that is going to be dropping, which in my opinion is worth talking about. Oh wait, wrong banner. I just don't think the banner is worth it at all. Neither the main banner nor the individual banners. Just use it as a means to save up for the anniversary, which is in less than 2 months from now. The more orbs you have, the better, so that way you're better prepared for round 1 and round 2. It's going to be 7 steps, unfortunately, and that being said, even though it is a terrible format, it's always the value that comes out of it that is best to save up for. But yeah, Noitor sucks. I've got nothing to say about him. He doesn't have guard break. Zalapro, his skills are good, but they fumbled the kit so badly it's not even funny. And then this Nelliel is great, and I feel like some people, even a bit too much, are trashing on this Nelliel just because of the fact that she isn't, you know, as OP as many people make it out to be. But honestly speaking, in my opinion, I think she's second best power character that we have in the game for like so many reasons. It's not even funny, and I feel like I need to basically go out of my way to address the whole thing about this character. Now, that being said, the kit, in my opinion, I think it's great. I think it's fantastic because for what they did give her, they basically gave her the same kit as Cacao Society Remjiao, with the only difference being the SA3 being a full screen and not a charge. And honestly speaking, for what she does, it works. It really does work. Now, let's just, you know, jump on in with the stats and skills of the character real quick. It's just going to be easier to look at the individual banner. Her, like, Nelliel, she's a power character, and albeit we have not received too many strong power premium characters as a whole. Like, do you guys want to know when was the last very broken character that we got for power that was added in the premium pool? Well, let's just go ahead and dig that up now, shall we? Most of the characters that are amazing are limited. You guys want to know who the real best power character was that was premium? It's literally 5th anniversary Ichigo. Okay? Let that sink in. A unit that was released almost 3 years ago was still one of the best power premium characters that we have in the game. Like, none of these other characters that we got can pretty much compare to the scale of power that that guy dished out. Like, easily speaking, like, okay, Ishin is a great PvP character, but I'm not counting him for PvE at all. He's the NAD character meant for PvP, and obviously we have some part farmers here and then. I keep on getting myself mixed up. This Love isn't all that's cracked out to be. Like, he just needed something better, and I think this guy would have been probably better than 5th and Ichigo, but even then, there's just way too much to cut into that he needed. But yeah, that's the one thing that you guys really need to keep in mind, because most of the broken top 5 best power characters in the game are mainly going to be the limited characters like Thousand Year Blower Yamamoto. He's still #1. Safui Kenny as well. He's also amazing. Still great to use to this day. Safui Kisuke, Bruno, all these other characters. And the thing is, getting dupes of these characters can prove to be difficult from time to time for a lot of players that don't whale and are just free to play, or sometimes even summon on the reruns as many times as they can and still have a hard time trying to get dupes of that character. Case in point for me, Safui Toshiro, I still have him 3.5, have not gotten any copies of him since I did 25 steps on the rerun. And that's the first major point that I needed to give out about this Nelliel. The fact that we have finally gotten ourselves another powerful premium character for power in such a long time. Like, it doesn't even compare to what Speed has with the likes of Tensa Zangetsu, the 3rd anniversary Ulquiorra remake, 7th anniversary Uryu, or even with Mind with the likes of 7th anniversary Ichigo and the Mind Ulquiorra. Like, like, power has not gotten too many broken premium characters that are easily acquirable, which is crazy to think about. That's the first thing that I need to point out. Second, another power no affiliation killer. Lads, we have not gotten an OP power no affiliation killer in such a long time that I think this is definitely well deserved. And honestly, if we just go and take a look at the album again for the no affiliation killers, yeah, for melee that have frenzy, this is basically what we have. The strongest options being 7th anniversary Uryu, which is still great to use, and this 1000 Year Blower Ichigo, which is still good. That being said, the main problem with this character is that he loses the 100% damage whenever you use this character in guild quests. So for like an optimal run, you're still gonna wanna bring the likes of Art Book Ichigo over this Ichigo any day and give him damage to weakened enemies alongside this Uryu for when going for nuke runs and you're using the likes of either Macy or Christmas Noel in that kind of scenario. And this Gin is okay, it's just that he can kind of screw over the run because this guy has poison and not weakening, so there's that to keep into mind with the fact that he has increased status element chance. So the fact that we have ourselves another great no affiliation killer, has weakening, and is going to be able to do great in GQ, I think, in my opinion, just adds a lot more value to that character overall. So yeah, the choice of giving her no affiliation killer for guild quests works out nicely, and for PvE, I think it's fine because we do have our fair share of content where you can use that killer, especially in Inheritance Trials, considering we do have no affiliation mobs to pretty much go up against. And in terms of the skills, she was given pretty much the justice that she needed. Like, nothing, in my opinion, here was gone to waste. Like, you can make an argument that this character needed the Link Slot Potion skill, and you guys would be right because, in my opinion, for the likes of IZ, Droplet Zone, Epic Raids, you do want to use different farmers over this character overall. But the main thing is that she's going to be able to tackle on the hardest content just fine, which is Inheritance Trials, like as if it were nothing. Like, this character, just because of the fact that she has increased status element chance, you're literally looking at a power version of the 7th anniversary Uryu. If you guys know what Uryu can do in IT, and you guys have played as him many times, you guys will pretty much get the same thing with this character, albeit the only difference is that Nelliel only has damage to weakened enemies of plus 40%, whereas Uryu had 20% Berserker plus the extra 20% strong attack damage to speed allies. So, big difference there, but even then, even when you get the weakening procced off with this character, you're gonna be doing 40% damage to weakened enemies regardless, already insta-killing the enemy mobs. In my opinion, this is great for not only enemy mobs, but also bosses. The thing is that we have already an ultimate farmer for power, and that is Yumichika. And while Yumichika does very well in IT against normal mobs, he does struggle a lot with trying to kill the bosses because he doesn't have status summons. He doesn't have any ways to debuff. He doesn't have additional damage. What Nelliel has is pretty much gonna help out even more with just trying to get the bosses killed off just fine. Like, she still has Frenzy +2. This is gonna help out a lot. So, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with this character at all if you guys really think about it. Like, it's crazy. Hit on around enemies, you just don't need to use a Zeta Pill. Super Technique Link Slot Potion +5, yeah, I think it's disappointing that this character does not have the normal pot skill nor the droplet skill, and that's fine. You just can't use this character for epic raids, and you're better off using the likes of Nozomi, Kensei, and Siruchi that dropped a couple weeks ago, so obviously you're going to be using that. But for Inheritance Trials, in my opinion, this is still quite the W because, let's be honest here, you're not going into Inheritance Trials just to farm pots, droplets, and super pots. While with the pots, yes, you can get some, but nowhere near the same amount as you would in Inheritance Zone and in Epic Raids. You're going in IT to get super pots, and what this character can do is pretty much going to be where it's at. Just the fact that she can cleave through any type of IT and have the super pot skill just means that you're going to be able to carry the likes of Swimsuit Momo, the Yumichikas, and still get an additional 20 plus Super Link Slot Potion per ticket and get the most out of it. And the fact that you're also going to be carrying those characters just means that you're still going to be able to get some of the pots to use for technique characters as a whole. So there's just so much to factor in that I just feel like it needs to be addressed. And yeah, as I stated before, I do think that she's second best power unit in the game, and the reason why I say this is because, let's be honest here, Kenny is literally a very strong option to use if you do not have the likes of, you know, Yamamoto, because, like, he just hits so hard, it's crazy. He has Frenzy +2, he was the first character to get for power. Just that, the main issue with this character is, once you get hit, you lose the extra damage that you do with this character, which is very unfortunate, and it's like as if he does the same damage output as Christmas Ninny, which isn't exactly the greatest. Not to mention, no immunities, no ways of getting your stamina back permanently, even though the ailment reversal is going to work out nicely, but it's only going to be once you get this character 4-5, where you have the stamina, defense, SP, and focus unlocked at level 10. and that's basically where you're going to be able to get most of the health back should you get hit by an enemy. Because the enemy mobs in IT, they hit way too hard to even get you enough health back to stay at full stamina. So like, you would need to pop in a stamina recovery link, and you're just going to have your damage nerfed with this character. Well, guess what? With Nelliel, that is not a problem, because guess what? She has stamina recovery. She has complete status immunity. So like, you're going to be able to keep up the damage consistently at all times without having to worry about anything at all. And she plays exactly the same as SAIKYOU, most of all. The only difference is that the beam she has is going to be less in terms of width. It's an 870 width with a 3k length, whereas normally Kenny has 3k length with 1020 width. So yeah, the difference is there by 150, but honestly speaking, I think it's fine enough as is. You're just going to be able to still line up your SA just fine, be able to kill off some enemy mobs, and do the job just fine. And like, you're going to be able to put in enough damage, you're going to be able to inflict status elements like a god, and get it done. Like, I just don't see the whole problem with this character, besides the fact that, in my opinion, instead of having just weakening, she could have very well gotten a secondary status element, like Zalapro in this case, because the only thing that's gonna really stop her in Inheritance Trials is if we get an IT where enemies are immune to weakening. And whether or not that will happen, we have yet to see. I don't think it's gonna happen because IT has not been updated since, I believe, 2022, where the last IT we got was a Quincy IT, and then ever since then they have not made any more brand new ITs, because most of the status elements that kept on getting screwed over were the likes of Drain, Paralysis sometimes, Freeze sometimes, and I think even Poison. Yeah, even Poison. I still remember that one time I showcased Keen, yeah. So yeah, I don't think this character is gonna get nerfed anytime soon. We'll have to wait and see. But even then, she is still one of the only characters that has increased status element chance against all tech mobs, because if you guys really think about it, the only other SP characters that can inflict status element with ease is 1000-Year Blower Rukia, but that's only for 10 seconds when you transform into her Bankai form. And then there's the Power Hikone, which only works against tech Soul Reapers and not against all mobs. And realistically speaking, the only character that can inflict status elements universally against all mobs is Swimsuit Momo, and she's a NAD character, not an SP character, so she is going to be very slow for when it comes to clearing fast in Inheritance Trials. So in my opinion, that's another big W that Nelliel is going to take, and the reason why I even consider her like number 2 in the first place, just being able to clear out IT at 1 of 5, which is a huge advantage. In my opinion, she's a very strong character. Is she worth chasing for? In my opinion, if you guys already have the other top 5 best power characters that we have in the game, like Yamamoto, SAIKYOU, SAIKYOU, Bruno, 5th Anniversary, Ichigo, like those top dogs of power, I just don't feel like you need to go out of your way to chase after Nelliel, because she's a premium character. She's going to be more readily available over time as we go through the game's lifespan, and you can pull her from tickets. It's possible. Like, literally. People have already pulled the likes of this Shiruchi, or Dodoni, or even a freaking Gantenbein from tickets. It's all possible, lads, because you're gonna be a premium character. So, while I think Nelliel is a great character, I just don't think you guys should chase after her. Even then, we're more than likely gonna get a new updated Ultimate Farmer for power. I do expect to see someone that is going to be on the same power scale as the likes of Tensa Zangetsu, so if you guys can wait, it's going to be even better. But yeah, that's just my whole thought process. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. I want to know y'all's opinions and thoughts in the comment section below. But that being said, don't summon, just keep on saving your orbs, and that's the best way I can put it. So, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notifications for the next videos that I'll be uploading. So, take care, lads. Peace out. And I don't know what I'm going to be doing because it's going to be a dead month. It's going to be a dead month, alright. So I'll try to come up with some ideas to make in the process. So yeah. Peace out, lads. Bye.